Liberty Nation with Tim Donner.
He was gonna. He wanted to. He tried to. After ravenous Democrats were let down big time when the entire Russia collusion hoax blew up in their faces, they resorted to three now familiar tactics which were replayed almost exactly during the 3 days of impeachment theater on display this week on Capitol Hill. Number one, a crime of desire. Number two, obstruction. Number three, more charges. Put another way, a thought crime, obstruction, more charges. Here's what I mean. After Robert Mueller appeared before that House committee and flopped big time, failing to even recollect what was in his own report, Democrats wound up calling for Trump's impeachment anyway, not because of the entire purpose of the Mueller investigation, collusion, but because they found out that he wanted to fire Mueller at one point. So they said that was grounds for impeachment, that Trump wanted to fire Mueller, that Trump thought of firing Mueller, even at one point ordered that Mueller be fired. But Mueller was not fired. Didn't matter to the Democrats. This time around, the crime of desire, or thought crime, was to extract an investigation into widespread corruption in Ukraine, including that country's own attempts to influence the 2016 election by digging up dirt on Trump's campaign manager Paul Manafort and issuing public statements condemning Donald Trump. Trump tried to extract an investigation into flagrant and widespread corruption in return for military aid that had been denied by Barack Obama, and consistent with Trump's famously demanding posture at the negotiating table. But there was no investigation, and the aid was delivered. Doesn't matter to the Democrats. Maybe the only thing Trump should be faulted for is backing down from his demand for that investigation, since the corruption stretching from Biden and his son and the millions in ill-gotten gains and the firing of the investigator examining Hunter Biden's company, which everybody knew was corrupt, all the way to the previous regime, which nakedly condemned and undermined Trump during the 2016 campaign. Maybe he shouldn't have backed down from demanding an investigation into all of that. But there it is. The crime of desire, impeachable offenses for wanting to fire Mueller, for wanting an investigation into obvious corruption in return for hundreds of millions in foreign aid. Then there's the thing that has replaced patriotism as the last refuge of scoundrels: obstruction. Obstruction of justice. When the Democrats laid an egg with Russia collusion, they fell back on obstruction, one of the easiest charges to make. All you do is call some peripheral witness who's covered by executive privilege, who you know is never going to testify, especially on an explosive subject. And then when he refuses to testify, you cry obstruction. And now Adam Schiff and company are doing the same thing with the Ukraine business, with credible reports indicating obstruction will, of course, be one of supposedly 4 articles of impeachment soon to be introduced by the Democrats. And then there's more charges, the third familiar tactic of the Democrats. These people appear incapable of shame. They wanted to impeach Trump for Russia collusion, of course. But remember, before that, they wanted him impeached for firing Comey, for Stormy Daniels, for Michael Avenatti, for Michael Cohen, for the emoluments clause, for the 25th Amendment, for wanting to fire Mueller, now for wanting to get an investigation in return for military aid. Rest assured, no matter the outcome, the Democrats will find more impeachable offenses between now and Election Day 2020. They must. They have to, because it's all they've got. Impeachment in the elected class and socialism in their candidates running for president, who gathered together for a 5th debate this week. They talked about impeachment, but not for long, as they quickly returned to their familiar themes of more government, more taxes, more social justice, and the rest.